up until this point, we've been using our browser-based integrated development environment, which is called CRXDE Lite. Now, CRXDE Lite is great because it offers a quick, down and dirty way to sort of access the repository. However, as we start doing more complicated development, we don't have things that we need like code hinting or a debugger or a network monitor or that kind of thing. So Adobe actually produces a tool called CRXDE that allows us to have all of these things and still do all of our development work. And this is based on the industry-leading Eclipse platform. So let's go ahead and download and configure CRXDE so we can utilize that for the rest of our course. So what I'd like you to do is just open up a web browser and just go to day.com/download CRXDE. You can simply download the IDE right here. So you'll see, whether you're on a Windows or on a Mac, you can download the appropriate version of CRXDE. So I'll click here, and I will download this version. Okay, I'm just going to simply show in Finder there. I'll click on it. That will extract it. And what I'll do, now that it's extracted and all ready to go, I will simply just take my CRXDE. Let's move it over to the desktop. And here's my CRXDE. Okay, I'll click on it. And again, I'll just choose, this is downloaded from the internet, but I'll choose OK. And this will open up and utilize my CRXDE. Now, for some reason, you'll see my local host. Remember, of course, it's not installed on 7402. It's 4502, as we did in the earlier videos. And make sure your username is set to admin, and the password is the default, which is admin as well. And click OK. And you'll see we now have a full-fledged Eclipse editor that accesses the repository. We should be able to do all of our development work here. So let's just test that and make sure that everything works. And once CRXDE opens up, you should see that you have access to all of the resources inside of the repository. So for example, if you go to Apps here, you should be able to go to Apps. Here's your training project that you created earlier, right? And you'll see Training. Let's go to Components, and let's go to Page. There's our content page component, and you'll see this gives us a lot more detail than CRXDE Lite does. So for example, it tells us this is a CQ component, I have all of the code hinting, I have everything else, and if I open up the content page.jsp, you can see that this will allow me to modify this JSP right here. So it says, welcome to CQ video training. I'm going to add in another H1, and this is of course going to affect all the pages in my site, and I'll say, look at me, I am using CRXDE. Okay, and now you'll see all of my pages will say, look at me, I'm utilizing CRXDE. Again, if I go back and open up a browser, and I go to my, of course, localhost 4502, I go to Websites, and now if I click here, you'll see all of my different pages say, look at me, I am using CRXDE, no matter which page I browse to. Because all the templates, they're all based off of that one template. That template is pointing to the same page rendering component.